do a very good job. It was sort of up in the air, not well thought out. You know, I went and I did Medir afterwards, so I wanted to do a video strictly about soul farming and just sort of go through some of my favorite areas to do it in, more in detail. A lot of these places are going to be later game. Really only a few decent places to farm early game. So let's get into it. Let's show you. Any build is good for this, but do one that you're comfortable with, because some of these areas will be more difficult, and I might actually even die in this video. So let's give it a shot. So the first place, first let's show you what I would advise for a build. So, normally I like to use Shield of Want, Symbol of Avarice. Be careful, that will eat your health away, just so you know. Silver Serpentine Ring, that increases soul retention when you're done, and I also like to use the Medican Staff. So that also increases soul retention by 20%. And what I normally do with the Medican Staff, since obviously you need to hit things with a decent weapon in order to get the souls, is I have it in my this hand, usually my weapon hand, so I can have the shield in my shield hand and just have that out at any given time. So let's go on ahead. And so the first place you're going to want to get to in early game that I like to do is you're going to want to have access to Farron Keep Perimeter. And that's the bonfire right before Abyss Watchers, which I think is really helpful because this is a really easy place to soul farm, and it's right before one of the really difficult bosses. So let's go on ahead, I'll show you guys how to do it. It's honestly really easy. So you can actually kill these guys with 3 or 4 sword strokes with the Irithil's Great Sword. But yeah, basically you're just going to go up here and you're going to smoke all these grooves, and just do that however many times you need to get up to the desired level and up your stats. So that's the first place. I will take you guys to the second place that I like to do soul farming, which is Lothar Castle. So from here we are going to head to Lothar Castle Bonfire. So right here, when you go up the castle, I'll show you guys right now the reason this is so helpful, and why this is actually probably my favorite place to farm souls. And I'll actually show you guys how I use the Medikit Staff, because I completely blanked on doing that in my last thing, because I just don't really use that area for farming very much. So I will actually intentionally go after the dancer first, just so I can have access to this guy. So basically he's right here, and we're gonna do that. Oh, he does. Shit. He is much more tough than I remembered. Oh, well, yeah, because I'm on NG+4. So normally if you're using any Ultra Great Sword, and you can generally farm Titan X shards. Shit, completely blanked on the Medican Staff. I'll show you guys how that works right now. Let's do this. Sorry if I'm seem like not great with this Ultra Great Sword. And then you switch to that immediately, and boom. You get 20%, I think it's 20% more souls. So that is the second place. Now, the third place I normally like to go is Anor Londo. So right off this bonfire, and these are very difficult enemies. I'm dying a lot to them right now, actually, so I may die. The Symbol of Avarice eats away my health like there's no tomorrow, which can make it sometimes difficult to fight tougher enemies. But I'll show you guys what's up with this area right here. So there are 3 Silver Knights. 2 come down these stairs right here, and there's one right up there. You might be able to see him past my... Yeah, there he goes, walking up that step. He's really difficult, but he'll net you, I think, in just regular new game, like maybe like 29,000 souls, something like that. I don't know, but if you run this circuit, you'll I usually like to switch to an ultra great sword build for soul farming, just because it's like it's easier. You can usually get them in 1 to 3 or 3 to 4 hits. That fuck. I kind of went into that sliding animation, which takes away from which makes it hard for me to switch to the Medican staff in that moment. But yeah, and then you'll come around to this guy over here. And we're gonna hit him. As I mentioned before, he's much tougher than the other two, so you should probably have at least a few SS flasks left when you come up here. And yeah, that's how you get these guys. And that'll, if you're, I got up to like, I think 1 million souls in NG plus one or 2 over here, in like 10, 15 minutes. So this is a really fantastic place to soul farm. The next area you're going to get to is Archdragon Peak. And I can actually maybe do a video on how to get to Archdragon Peak about that, because it's a really, really great place to go. You get access to the Dragon Chaser's Ashes, and that is super helpful because you can buy, at that point you can buy Titanite Twinkling Titanite and Titanite scales from the Shrine Handmaid, like unlimited times as long as you have enough souls. So that's really helpful. But so we're gonna head to Kin Mausoleum, and you get there by defeating the Ancient Wyvern, who's like the easiest boss in the game for me. So we're gonna head there, and normally for this area I like to have the Hornet Ring equipped. Just because it boosts critical attacks, and you're going to be doing a lot of critical attacks. Just basically non-stop backstabs. So, Hornet Ring. I had the Wolf Ring equipped because of I was fighting Black Knights earlier. So, the first one it spawns is going to be the more powerful one. So yeah. And he's actually a really tough enemy. Be careful though, because he'll stun lock you. He'll do the... And yeah, and then you basically just... So that's... You're only going to get him once, but he gives you a lot more souls than this guy. He's tougher. And then yeah, you're basically going to just go over here and do this over and over and over again. And then yeah, that's normally the second place, and this is just all in my experience. I mean, I'm not like fantastic or anything, so I basically choose the places that are the easiest, honestly, in my experience. And then we're also gonna head to the Great Belfry. And I actually really like to have a pyro build to do this one, just because if you do it, I mean my pyro build had like pyromancy flamed plus 10 and excuse me, pyromancy flamed plus 10, and then Witch's Ring and Great Swamp Ring, and I would just blast this dude over here with Seething Chaos, or with Chaos Bed Vestiges. So basically gonna just come over to this guy. It's a summoning lizard, and I'm just gonna hit him. And then I mean, if you can switch to your Medican staff fast enough, you'll be able to get the same amount of souls from him that you can from the Lothric Knight. Well, yeah, I mean, regardless, you get the same amount. And then, as of right now, that's probably the easiest place I can do. I have another one that I sometimes like to do, and that's just simply because, so, if you have, if you befriended the giant, which I think is extremely helpful, in my experience, and the only thing you get for killing him is the Hawk Ring, which, extends the range of bows, which you can go back and, excuse me, you can go back and get that from him, later, if you want to kill him, after you get through the Undead Settlement. The other place that you can go to is you run over here to where the giant throws arrows. You're going to want to kill this guy, or you can run past him, either one. And then, check this out. So I befriended the giant. And so you're going to run over here if you have, and the giant is just going to throw his arrows. Boom. Or he shoots the arrows, the giant arrows, and he just does all the work for you. Well, until this happens. Occasionally, one or two get past. Just... Wait, bro, are we still friends? I think we are. Yeah? We still cool? But yeah, you can just sit here and let the giant do all the work. And yeah, occasionally you have to get involved and whatever, but that's actually a good place early game, because it's even earlier than Road of Sacrifices. Or, I guess, Fair and Keep Perimeter, because you can't get there for the road. You had to finish that. And then, there's some other places. Is you can also go to Vort of the Boreal Valley. And then you can sort of, you can farm from there. So do like do the rounds with Lothric Knights there, and if you just basically run around and kill all the Lothric Knights in the hollows in that area, you'll get some souls pretty quickly. And the more you do it, the more sort of the better you get. So, and the more sort of wired in, dialed you get their moveset, which I think is really big help. Like when I was doing this early game, my first playthrough on PC, it was like the more I did it, the better I got. And it also just feels good to have mastery over it, you know? I don't know. Yeah, and then I guess, I don't know, that people talked about this area over by, where the dragon shoots fire at them or whatever, at the hollows over there. And then you basically just run through. This guy's a pain in the ass. Like, his poise is ridiculous, and he just turtles behind the fucking shield. Just a real pain. And you're gonna get that guy, obviously, and then if you're feeling good, real fucking good, come up here and kill this blue-eyed Lothric Knight, or this red-eyed Lothric Knight, or he has the blue armor, the red eyes. And you also get a refined gem, and so there's one guaranteed refined gem drop, which is that, and then I think afterwards you can sort of farm them from him routinely. Oh, there's also a Lucerne over here, so. Boom. And then you can also like farm Lothric Knight gear as well from here, which is decent, especially the Lothric Straight Sword, which is, I know a lot of people say it's the best sword in the game. I actually used it with a Chaos Infusion, and a refined gem, and I personally, I don't know, I used it for a while and I thought it was really good because the damage output, so the big thing about it is it doesn't do a lot of damage, it does a fair bit of damage, but it doesn't do a tremendous amount, it does more like average, but the good thing about it is it doesn't use up a lot of stamina and the attacks are fast and doesn't overextend itself, so that's one of the reasons that it's, I think in my opinion, one of the, I can agree with that it's probably one of the best weapons in the game, and it benefits from honestly almost any infusion, from what I've seen. And so yeah, those are most of the places. I mean, you can also go to Cemetery of Ash, and that's for really early game though, because that's if like you have nowhere else to go. I did that for a while. It was boring because you only get about like 60 souls, something like that, per hollow killed in NG. I mean, look, that's on NG +4. Like, I mean, I don't even think it was worth it. I mean, maybe if you don't mind grinding for like 2 hours. So, and yeah, that so far is the best place I've found to farm souls in Dark Souls 3. I think I'm going to show you guys where to find all the items in a different stream. Yeah, that's just for me where I go to farm souls. And I actually will show you 2 more places that I used to go. Just so you guys know, I don't think they're the best anymore, but I'll show you guys 2 other places where it's super easy to farm. So you'll need access to the Road of Sacrifices bonfire. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, wait. Yeah, so you want the Road of Sacrifices bonfire, I think? Nope, I take it back. Sorry, guys. Might be Halfway Fortress, actually. Yeah, you want access to the Halfway Fortress bonfire. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of places. I mean, any place can be you can farm anywhere if you're good enough. Yeah, you're gonna come to the Halfway Fortress bonfire. And you're gonna come over here, and you're gonna. These guys are actually a pain in the ass. They still give me a problem, even now. Having a shield equipped is super helpful. Lycanthrope hunters, and you'll just basically come down here, kill these guys. God damn it. And come on down here, and then you can choose whether you want to come down here and attack those guys, and there are even some people down here. You'll see them there, and you can do that pretty easily. And they don't use some okay amount of souls, so I didn't mind that area. And then another area, and this is actually also a place where you can farm heavy gems and poison gems, where I'm going next. So you're going to want to go to Farron Keep. Bonfire. And one of the things is, like, I don't know, I mean, these are all early game farming places, so they're not going to be the best in the world. I personally think Farron Keep Perimeter is my favorite for early game. But yeah, you're just going to go over here and kill some slugs. And just run on back to the bonfire. And I actually find, yeah, I really do like it for, it's the best place to farm heavy gems and poison gems, by the way. And yeah, that's about it for my experience in soul farming. So, I hope you guys like this. If you guys have any suggestions about where you like to soul farm, leave them in the comments, and I will try and check it out and maybe, try and do a video for it myself. So yeah, have a good one. Major out. Major out, he says.